on ours. Greenwich Mean Time.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dan Fonz.
And I'm Mike Lazowski.
And this is the brand new Queer program.
And this is our first broadcast. And I think what this is, if any of you are watching this, this is our first live program.
Michael, who are these dorks?
TV, which is, oh, I don't know. The one in the blue shirt looks dorky, but the other guy in the vest looks kind of cute.
Well, yeah, he looks kind of like the Marlboro Man, but the other guy looks like he's a deer caught in the headlights. Don't you think?
Oh, with those eyes open up? Man, looks like the hairstyle hasn't changed in,
could he look
what,
more...
2 years, 3 years?
A little more frightened. Well, good evening.
Ta-da! Okay, I guess I'm just kind of, I don't know what I'm doing here. Hi, this is the Queer program, and this is our anniversary show. We are starting our 3rd year live with you on Tuesday, November 22nd. And just to show that I'm a historical person, it's the 30th anniversary of John F. Kennedy's assassination. But to cheerier things, we brought our little flags, and we dressed up in our little, this is a pink color. It might look kind of mauve. And Dan actually is supposed to have a purple one on.
Kind of lavender, but it's pretty dark.
Yeah. And so we're celebrating. You got your little blow thing?
Did these make noise? Oh, I didn't make noise.
Actually, I brought 2 pink ones, so.
All right, that's our anniversary.
Okay, that's our anniversary
celebration.
Right.
This is what we meant when we said you'd see us like you never saw us before. I mean, don't expect to see us in these again. At least.
And actually, what I thought of doing, I'm going to move over closer because I always get cut off. What I was thought of doing was like just wearing the pink bow tie and not having a shirt on, because someone always said we should, or I should, or someone should just not. We should start the show with our shirts off sometimes.
You said that. No one else ever said it.
Oh, I know. But no, if I was to see me with my shirt off, I look like probably a grizzly bear or something. But you probably, look like one of these Greek gods or something. So anyway, we are live with you tonight. Someone on our machine said that we always tell when our show is being rebroadcast, but we never really say when we're on. So we're always on live on Tuesday from 7 till 8 p.m. on Channel 47. Mm-hmm. And we rebroadcast on Thursdays at 4 and Saturdays at 11 a.m.
So can you believe we've done, what is this, 100
Well, we've done
close to 104 shows, but there's probably one. There was a retreat at MATA one week we didn't do a show, but every other week.
No, actually, it's more than that. We've done this is show number 46 for this year, so we've actually done 100 and about 140 some shows.
No, not 140.
Yeah, we did 52
a
complete
year.
ones, and now we're starting our 3rd year, so we did 46 so far.
Yeah. No.
Oh, wait, you're right, you're right. I'm adding like we were here another half year. Right. Never mind, I never.
Can you believe it's even that many? I mean, that's a lot, 104.
And people thought, actually, we thought we'd burn out. Because I remember, they said we do this every week, and, of course, you can see all the preparation that goes into it.
Yes,
we were shuffling newspapers.
We plan every word like we just did.
And what else did someone say once? When we first did it, we said, boy, are we going to be able to fill up a half hour? Mm-hmm. And we thought we'd only do a half hour, and we figured we could do 2 hours. So
that first show that we just showed you part of was only a half hour, and it aired at 4:30 in the afternoon. It was kind of strange.
That was our very first. That was the day before the elections, or
the day after Clinton was elected. To show you how long ago that was, when Clinton was still popular with the public. So we're still here. We're going to do tonight what we promised to do. We're going to review some of the best and worst of the Queer program over the past 2 years, and there's sure plenty to choose from. And I spent a lot of time the last week going through. I have about 50 tapes, each with 2 shows on it, trying to find things that I remembered were significant and picking out things.
And I only know of 1 or 2 of them. Well, that was the first one, but the other one, I know one other tape that he's going to play, and the other ones I say, well, keep it a secret, and
There's one you'll be surprised by.
So.
There's one you'll be surprised by. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to take your calls, your comments on the show over the years, suggestions. But we're going to start out by doing a couple things. We showed you last week that we have a new service to offer the community. It's the Queer Program phone line, or yet to be named something else. It's 225-1500. You can call 24 hours a day. It's basically a voicemail system, which we acquired through an anonymous donor, who we thank. And it allows you to call up and get information about queer events, leave messages for the program if you have questions you want to ask that you're too afraid to call here. You can find out about queer computer bulletin boards, queer groups, queer support groups, helplines, where the bars are, all kinds of things. So you want to call that. And in the past week, when we just started this, we got calls every single time the show aired, I noticed. We aired 4 different times.
And I guess we had 11 messages people left for us. So,
yeah.
And what we want to do is start off the show and respond to these. Now, the reason we're probably going to hit a lot of them tonight is because we want to encourage the line, but we may not be able to hit everything, every week, because then we would just be sort of a Dear Abby or Dear Gabby.
Well, you covered one of the calls, which mentioned that the show's live on Tuesdays. I think we do that, but we can make sure we do it even more in the future to mention that we're live at 7 on Tuesdays.
Oh, I know. I think what they were mentioning is that at the end we should mention it because people tune in late. I think that's where the catch is, because we usually say what day we're on. So if you're expecting to see Melrose Place or something, they're not on. So
that's true. And somebody called to say there's a good article about the Rath murders in this Advocate called "Sleeping with the Enemy."
That's on this cover issue.
A millionaire Rath who was just killed in a murder-suicide with his lover. And Michael, you actually looked at that, so did you think it was a good one too?
I didn't really read it over yet, but it was interesting that I was going to respond to that tonight because in this morning's Sentinel, actually they say Rath's killer, but it was actually his lover, and it was a murder-suicide. But Rath was going to leave his fortune or his estate. He's a pretty wealthy businessman down in the Janesville area, and he's going to leave that to his lover, but his lover killed him and then committed suicide. So, and I guess he was a regular contributor to the Human Rights Campaign Fund or the Victory Fund, and also to the AIDS Project and a lot of other organizations, probably MASN in Madison. So
if you want to read that, you can check out the Advocate. Thanks for the tip. I mean, I didn't know it was in there. Not on the cover even. Somebody wanted to know why we use the word queer instead of gay, and that used to be a common question. We don't get it quite as often lately. Main reason is it's all-inclusive. If you say gay nowadays, it doesn't really mean lesbians. It doesn't mean bisexuals. It might have in the 70s. It might have meant everybody, but it doesn't anymore. People want their own words. So there's now gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender. And we encompass that all by saying queer. And that's been pretty much more and more the movement over the last few years.
It's probably more the activist term that, like Dan said, it's more inclusive. Gay, then lesbians feel left out. You say lesbian, you got to include gay. And if you don't say bisexual, then they're and then you got, so like Dan says, you say the word queer. We actually got a call from someone who I think they said they were from California originally, and they thought that by using the word queer, we humiliate the community.
Well, he wasn't very specific about that. He just said, he just called us basically worthless and said, straight people, what did he say? He said, straight people have no respect for the gay people in this community because it's people like you who get on TV and humiliate us all. And all I can say is if other people are able to humiliate you somehow, you don't have much self-esteem. I mean, other people shouldn't be able to humiliate you. That's all I can say to that. And somebody wanted to know about vacation spots in San Francisco or around San Francisco. And that was
one of the nice ones. If you ever want to go, I mean, anywhere around San Francisco is great. But there's a place called Russian River, which is in Grinnellville, which is about 90 miles north of San Francisco, and that's a resort town. And there's a few straight spots, but it's pretty much gay. And in summer, it's like there's all these little cabins and cottages and whirlpools and bars and things. And it's right along the river, so there's like canoeing. There's the redwood forest right like a few yards away from one of the places that I went to.